Kimmel wasn't afraid to call Trump out on his more controversial policies and statements, including that rather strange doctor's note. Remember that? Trump's longtime physician released to the press a couple days ago.
His physical strength and stamina are extraordinary. If elected, Mr. Trump, I can state unequivocally, will be the healthiest individual ever elected to the presidency.
I love that.
How do you get a doctor?
Good.
How do you get a doctor to write
in all
something?
fairness, I said, Doc, I want to tell you, I'll be the healthiest president ever. And he said, well, I think I agree. And I think he probably took my words and he put them down.
By the way, somebody
He's actually a
looked
good doctor. So far, a great doctor.
This is his picture on Facebook. This is your doctor.
Oh, wow.
What kind of a doctor is he? Did you decide you were going to be nicer?
You know what, really, I would like to see the Republican Party come together, and I've been a little bit divisive in the sense that I've been hitting people pretty hard.
A little bit, yeah. Do you think Jeb Bush is scared of you or just scared in general?
I think he's scared.
But isn't it un-American and wrong to discriminate against people based on their religion?
But Jimmy, the problem, I'm for it, but look, we have people coming into our country that are looking to do tremendous harm.
Now, here are some frogs I do not like at all. We must kick these frogs out and then build a wall. Oh, the places you'll go on your yacht, on your plane, with your suits from Milan and your wives from Ukraine. There are two kinds of people. Which one will you be? A loser like them? Would you like to finish? Or a winner?
Like me.
Well done. The folks at Kimmel, we want a copy of this book. I tweeted at Kimmel earlier today asking for a copy.
Did you really?
We put together a collection today of some of the bigliest about faces from Donald Trump himself.
Bill Clinton was a great president. Hillary Clinton is a great woman and a good woman. In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat. I'm very pro-choice.
Because I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf.
Universal health care.
I am going to take care of everybody. I don't care if it costs me votes or not. It just seems that the economy does better under the Democrats than the Republicans. I hate the concept of divorce. I hate everything it represents. I would never lie.
You could definitely say, I would not lie.
I would not lie. I would absolutely not lie.
If I decide to run for office, I'll produce my tax returns, absolutely.
His memory is shorter than his fingers, but...
Ever since he's been elected, he invited me to come out and go to dinner at the White House.
I see.
We had dinner in the residence. One of my fighters brought him a belt, gave him the championship belt.
You think he was wearing that belt around?
Definitely. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course I would. Yeah, but this is a different story. He's the president of the United States. How long did the dinner last?
3 hours.
And is there any like official business that goes on, like you witness him like ordering a missile strike or anything like that?
No, nothing like that.
Nothing at all.
First of all, the food was the best food I've ever had in my life.
Of course, you have to say that because he tells you
I don't have to
say
say it. It's a fact. It was the best food I've ever had in my life.
What did you have?
Incredible.
It was probably an endangered hippopotamus or something. The boys brought it home from Africa.
My favorite was Rocky III.
Okay.
Big Rocky.
Good choice. What is his favorite?
I know you're going to have jokes all day about this one. His was Rocky IV.
Oh, that's the worst one.
Rocky IV,
that's
good.
the Russian one.
Russia, that's what I knew you were going to say.
At any point during this dinner, did the president try to spank you with a copy of Forbes magazine?
He did not.
He did not.
He did not.
Well, as he's really maturing.
I mean, this guy on CBS has no talent. Jimmy Kimmel would meet me before the election. I'm telling you, true story. I don't even think you'd deny it. No talent, but I'd go to a studio to do a shot, to do a thing. He would stand outside on the sidewalk waiting for me. Oh, here he comes, Donald Trump. Oh, he opens my door. I said, does he do this to everybody, to his people? He does it for nobody. Now, who knows? Maybe that was just, but he's waiting for me. 2 or 3 times I did a show before this. Now I wouldn't do a show, I guess, terrible. But I do a show, and he's standing out on Hollywood, whatever, Boulevard, and he's standing there, opening up the door, like going great. Oh, hello. I wasn't president. I was like a guy.
Among the things George Conway tweeted is a list of, this was great, he tweeted a list of the symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder. He wrote, tell us, real Donald Trump, which of these diagnostic criteria do you not satisfy? It's actually an interesting question. In fact, I think it's only fair to take a scientific look at this to see if maybe it has some merit. So let's put the list on the wall, and we'll go through it point by point. Okay, number one, has a grandiose sense of self-importance, exaggerates achievements.
I've done more in 500 days than any president has ever done in their first 500 days.
Number two, is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, etc.
I'm smarter than they are. I'm richer than they are.
Three, believes that he or she is special and unique.
Let me tell you, the one that matters is me. I'm the only one that matters.
Four, requires excessive admiration.
I got a standing ovation. In fact, they said it was the biggest standing ovation since Peyton Manning had won the Super Bowl, and they said it was equal.
And Joe Chihuahua, a T-seller. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste indeed. Namaste there forever. Namaste. Here's this thing, and maybe I can explain this because I hear this a lot. I don't want to talk about Donald Trump every night. None of us do. None of us who host these shows do, but he gives us no choice. If he sat in the White House all day quietly working on things, I would almost never mention him because it's not interesting. But today, not even today, before 10 a.m. today, before 10 o'clock this morning, his former campaign chairman was sentenced to prison for the second time in a week. He called himself the most successful president in history, and he tweeted to let people know his wife hasn't been replaced with a body double. The president is telling people to drink bleach. Now is the time. Although here's the one thing I'll say about Donald Trump. If aliens did make contact, he'd tell us. Not on purpose, of course. He just wouldn't be able to resist. He'd be yelling at some reporter and say, "This is why I know about the aliens and you don't."